So this is my first video about cooking, so just please go easy on me and like and subscribe if you do like it. How's everybody doing today? So I wanted to start this video earlier, but I had to burn down some onions, so needed my fan on. So I'm making some nacho meat, taco meat, whatever you want to call it. I start out by browning onions down, and then I'm going to go ahead and add a tablespoon of garlic. Okay, and then tomatoes. Now people are probably going to ask, what the hell am I doing? Well, you see all of this stuff down here? It's not going to cook if you throw the meat in right away. You kind of got to get it a little tender. Because personally I like my tomatoes mixed in, so. And you always want to add the onions first because they're usually they're going to be the longest. But then I always go garlic second and then the tomatoes after that. Now you can use canned tomatoes, but I like to use fresh tomatoes, and that's why I'm adding it so early. I was going to add it a little bit earlier, but I needed my fan on. So you just want to let this stuff get soft. It's probably going to take a minute, and you also want the onion to cook up, at least its flavors. Now, personally, I like to use either 80-20 or 90-10 for my taco meat, but this was buy one get one free, so. Yeah, so as you can see, it's starting to get really soft, and I know some cooks are going to be like, oh my god, what is he doing to that food? Well, I'm making food how I like to make food. And this is something that I've actually experimented with, and this is what I've come up with. It just means that, you know, you're going to actually have fully cooked tomatoes and fully browned down onions, and you can incorporate that garlic flavor in there, and you don't have to worry about overcooking your meat or burning your meat. Now you want to start to get this nice and browned down, but you also want to make sure that not all your vegetables are sitting underneath the meat, because, well, burn food. Yummy. Some of this liquid off. Do not drain all the liquid out of your meat, because then your meat's going to taste nasty. But you definitely want to get rid of some of it, especially if it gets that liquidy, but it was pretty well browned down. I've drained off some of the liquid, and I like using this. It's the mild taco meat, 30% less sodium. Now, my wife cannot handle spicy food very well, so we don't add all of this. Smell is divine. And I've always found that turning the heat down after you've incorporated lets it simmer, and then after that, you know, you don't have to worry about your meat burning. This smells so good. So I used one full tomato on the vine. I like to get the bigger ones, so like twice that size. Then, for full disclosure, I use chopped red onions from Safeway, because I don't like frying. Onions, garlic, tomato, meat, and then mild taco seasoning. And I mean, this is about as basic as you can get. Other people go way overboard with this stuff, and like hatch green chilies and all that other stuff. And I mean, by all means, but this is how I make it. So this is the cheese I use, and for a specific reason, because it's got no anything in it, and you can add salsa to it and make your own queso. So first, you're gonna want to start off with these. Got some Gordos here. Okay, now then we do our ground beef, and because the high liquid content that I leave, you gotta make sure you drain it off a little bit. Not too much. And put more Gordos on the top of the meat. This is quite possibly the best stuff ever. I've been using this stuff since I was a kid, and I absolutely love it. Okay, I always got to have a nice squirt of sour cream on there. And then finally, my two last ingredients are taco blend, just a little bit. Now this last ingredient, a lot of people prefer like the black ones, but I prefer green on mine. So got some green olives here. Black olives work too. I mean, they taste good too. I happen to like the tanginess of the green ones a little bit better. So this is what my nachos look like. Well, I mean, everybody's gotta love a gimp bear, right? Yeah, so this is what my nachos look like, and I think I'll permanently be addicted to Mexican food for the rest of my life. It's just and it's so simple to make. You don't actually have to do anything really much to it, besides, you know, making sure that you start with onions and end with meat. By browning down the onions beforehand, it adds so much more flavor than tomatoes and garlic and everything else. It's just, you don't really need to go overboard to make taco meat, or even this kind of meat. So I'm gonna sit here and power through this.